Hey guys, welcome back to the show, the RR Show, narrating the best Reddit stories on the internet. I'm Andy, and today I'm taking you on a journey into r/glitch in the Matrix. Last year, I, 23 female, moved into my grandma's house to look after her. She lives on a big property with a field, an orchid, massive, really large garden, and a dingle at the bottom of the driveway. I know this place like the back of my hand. I've visited here since I was a child. We also have a neighbour, whom I've met a few times. He has a wife who baked us a bunch of really beautiful cupcakes that her husband brought over. However, at the start of the story, I had never met her. So, a couple of days ago, I wanted to repay the favour, so I made a batch of 20 brownies with my sister and started my walk to their house. As I'm walking down the driveway, I snuck one out to eat myself because, hey, I figured I'd earned it. So there I am, walking and eating. The geography of the place is a little bit weird to describe, but essentially, their house is on an embankment above my grandma's driveway, which leads to the main road. To get there without trespassing on their land, I'd have to walk to the main road and then head up the hill to the side road and then enter their driveway that way. Well, this day I got to the dingle at the bottom of the driveway and, as you do, just felt lazy. What's the point of going all the way around when I can just enter through their gate at the bottom here? I'd been to their house many times as a child when my grandma's friends still lived there, so I actually knew their house pretty well. Sadly, those friends passed away a couple of years ago, so this couple moved in at about the same time I moved in with my grandma. Their gate leads to a little path that goes through their back garden. It's a really steep back garden that mostly consists of wide wooden steps all the way across, with plants and garden gnomes on each one. It's honestly pretty picturesque. So as I'm walking up their garden, feeling self-conscious about trespassing, but not caring enough of a shit to not to, I tripped on one of the steps. I have a little bit of dyspraxia, and I face planted because I was holding the brownies, and I didn't want to drop them. I ended up tumbling over a couple of steps too. As I'm lying there, shocked and a little pained, I hear my neighbour's wife come running down the garden. She's asking if I'm okay, obviously surprised to see me there. Bear in mind, she'd never seen my face before, so she must have been extra baffled. I told her I was just there to drop off some brownies I'd baked, but as I'm saying it, I noticed the tub of brownies is just missing. I was literally holding them 30 seconds before. Okay, cue extreme embarrassment. I assumed that they'd fallen down the garden somehow in my fall, but this isn't a small tub. It's relatively big, and there is no sign of it anywhere. After 10 minutes of looking, I admit defeat. I tell her, I'm sorry, I'll make some more and I'll bring them some other time. Red-faced, embarrassed, I retreated back up to my grandma's house. So then yesterday I decided to go and sit in my grandma's orchid with my cat. Alright, look, it's a pretty weird cat. It used to be a stray and you get better bonding time with him by chilling in a tree with him than you do by giving him dreamies or whatever normal pets want or whatever. So my cat and I are just casually chilling in a tree in my grandma's orchid when my cat suddenly jumps down and jogs all giddy-like to the shed at the back of the orchid. It's a really decrepit shed that hasn't been opened since 2006 or something. It could contain gold bars for all I know. I wouldn't have a damn clue. I thought he just saw a mouse or something, but I was curious, so I followed him. Now, there's a ditch filled with nettles and brambles right outside the shed, and I noticed my cat's trying to find a pain-free way to get to the bushes there. I'm like, well, what the fuck? You're fighting a losing battle there, my guy. Anyway, he looks up at me and meows, which is weird in itself because this animal never meows. He doesn't really know how, stray and all, I'm taken aback a little bit like this. Well, what do you want me to do, little man? Then I see it. The corner of a box that looks very similar to something I lost, peeking out from beneath a bunch of fully torn nettles. But I have jeans on and the pain tolerance of my ancestors, so I just waded in and edged it out. Well, lo and behold, it's my tub of brownies. I can't really describe the degree of absolute confusion I felt at this moment. You ever get that vibe that there's a bunch of calculations going on just outside your field of view that you can never really comprehend? My cat was freaked out about it. Didn't like the tub at all. That's not completely out of character for him because he can be a bit skittish sometimes with no explicable reason. But I let him sniff the box and then he bopped away with his back all puffed. So extremely bewildered, I took the box inside and opened it. I counted the brownies and there's 19, which accounts for the one I had eaten on my way there. They're still completely fresh. Tasted delicious. I ate another one, so I figured I'd take it over. So I go over to my neighbours, this time the long way round, and knock on the door. And it's the wife. I apologised profusely for the last time and handed her the tub. Well, she was looking at me, somewhat perplexed, and then she said, "Oh, I don't think we've met before, have we?" I'm pretty sure this is the moment in most video games where the protagonist loses her absolute marbles and becomes an anti-hero with wild mental health issues. I described to her the last time. She has no memory of it, no memory at all. But I recognized her. It definitely happened. So I dip again, embarrassed once more, and this is the point I'm at now. Explanations, people? Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, make sure you subscribe because we'll bring in many, many more. And let me know in the comments what you think happened in this story. I'd be delighted to hear. In the meantime, go and check out this video right here, and I'll see you over there.